A man who once appeared as a contestant on the game show Family Feud, where he joked that his marriage to his wife was his biggest mistake, is now on trial for the murder of that wife. This was from his appearance on Family Feud 3 years ago.
Hey, people, what's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake. Not my mistake. I love my wife. I'm going to get in trouble for that, aren't I?
Yeah.
Tim, you're going to be in trouble for a lot more than that. Timothy Bliefnick, I believe, he made that joke, as they said, a few years ago, and his wife's name is Becky Bliefnick, and sadly, she's been murdered. And he's been charged with that murder. Here's an image of him since then. And he's looking like a guy that's been going through it because of what it is that they're accusing him of. Here's more details from that trial and what it is that he's up against and how he found himself in this situation.
Shined a light on the rocky separation and custody battle as Tim and Becky Bliefnick were headed towards divorce. It was revealed today that part of the divorce negotiations, including Becky's demand for possession of a 9mm handgun that she owned, that Tim had, saying she needed it for protection from him. It's never returned. In February, Becky was gunned down in her home in Quincy, Illinois, shot 14 times. Her body found after she failed to pick up her 3 children from school.
So not only that, there was lots of other details that led them to Timothy. Some of it was his internet search history. This is one of those basic ones that these types of folks that get accused of these things end up being found out about. In court Wednesday, the defendant's internet history was discussed with prosecutors. Some of those things that they found: quote, how to open a door with a crowbar, how to make a homemade silencer, how to wash off gunpowder, and average Quincy Police Department response time. I mean, I guess you could speculate that he was just wondering, maybe he was watching some kind of true crime show and he wondered about these things in his own hometown. But then after they found out more, it connected more dots. So according to reports, the Bliefnicks were separated and going through that divorce, as they pointed out, and they were worried about the family and the custody issues, and also how they've been filed all these restraining orders against Timothy. So it's building here. And here's one more big devastating part. Becky's sister talked about some texts that she'd received from her. The text read, if something ever happens to me, make sure the #1 person of interest is Tim. I'm putting this in writing that I'm fearful he will somehow harm me. And under cross-examination, her sister said that she did not relay that message to police before Becky then died. Because I mean, how much do people really believe that something like this would happen to them so close to home, and then maybe even someone that she knew for years? It's like, yeah, she's probably upset and afraid, maybe they've gotten into an argument, but I don't wanna go out here and say that he's gonna come and do something as heinous as this. But again, according to the charging, the way they've charged him, they're saying that he has. What's your thoughts here?
I think that this almost loops back to the Lauren Boebert story. The fact is that you have individuals who are very big in terms of firearms. You also probably have individuals, I'm sure, uplifting some largely aspects of the patriarchy. I just think that people need to start seeing that these stories that we read about in the media, that's not that far from you and the life that you live. And the fact is that I'm not victim blaming here. I just really want people to open their eyes and to see that the thoughts, the beliefs, the things that they uphold and think is right, and all these other things, that this is leading them down the path of being a victim, of being targeted, because our society, the patriarchy, it is very, very problematic, particularly for women. And so many women get still uplifted, and it is to their detriment. And the thing is, we deserve to all live harmoniously, and we should not be fighting against that in any form or fashion.
And then you have people that they found a way. Obviously, I'm not sure what the thought process was from this guy, and thinking that, oh yeah, I mean, the joke on Family Feud. I'm not sure how much of the thought process was a long plan to the future, or maybe that was the beginning of the end of their marriage, and then everything else fell apart from there. But now what are these children gonna deal with? If you're looking for a custody battle, or you're having this battle and you want to take care of the children, how much are they gonna be taking care of the rest of their lives in their mental state after dealing with something like this? Imagining it from their perspective. We've done stories like that before, and those type of wounds would never heal. It's just odd that dude kind of exposed himself on a game show